Hello! It's a Levels Plus Reacts, the beginning of Naughty 3. Sony had a state of play today, and magically, because I was so busy with work, I have no idea what was announced. And I didn't get spoiled trying to get to this video. It's remarkable. I am very impressed how that worked out. So this is actually a genuine, I have no idea what I'm getting into reaction today. So that's pretty cool. I've got things tuned in so you will be able to hear the audio. I will not. As per usual, I don't have headphones here. They're in the office. I never remember to bring them home. So I won't hear anything that's going on, but you will. And I actually mean it this time because I sound tested everything in advance. Alright, before we begin, I have a couple little caveats here. And that's basically, I'm going to edit this down to things that interest me. And I will not be featuring companies that I do not support. And given that Sony's had some stuff lately, I don't think I'm going to spotlight Sony's own games in this particular video. I will spotlight things from companies like Capcom and such like that. Ubisoft, Activision, Blizzard will not be covering them for reasons well documented on this video channel and on my blog. So this will not be the full entire state of play. We won't have the what looks like 29 minutes. But it will be what I thought was the most interesting stuff, because if it's hype month, it's what I think is hype. And Finn is in my lap and keeps slapping me with his tail because he is excited that I'm home. So let's get started, shall we? Well, we got a date. I imagine this is probably for God of War Ragnarok, which I will not be spotlighting if I am right. No, that's an R. And that R is very Resident Evil-like. Yep. What is this? Is this the Village DLC? Oh! It's the 4 remake that's been rumored forever. Are we going to see it? Oh, wow. We're actually going to see it. Well, this is a great way to start this event. This is a great hype month. Oh, Ashley looks so much better. Village really did feel like it was a different, like a setup to test RE4 remake in a lot of ways. There was so much there that just reminded me of 4. There's Luis. There's the village guy. There's Ada. There's Mendez. They're flashing a lot at us, but not really showing a lot. Oh, I'm gonna be like eyeballing this trailer. There's Sadler. This is exciting. I know that, and I'm gonna pause it for a second. I know that the prospect of Resident Evil 4 getting a remake in the vein of 2 and 3, when it's such an amazing game by itself, it's still exciting to see this, because 4 is my favorite Resident Evil game. It's in my top 20. I think it is one of the greatest pieces of software ever made. But a remake's not going to take away from it. It's kind of the same thing with 2 and 3. That these remakes are just kind of modernizing things and putting it where the current direction is. It doesn't necessarily mean that those old games are invalid. They still exist. And I'm very intrigued to see what they're doing with 4, because 4 is my favorite. I'm more hype about this than I thought I would be. Honestly, I've kind of been in the 4 doesn't really need a remake though, because it's so good. But now I'm kind of curious. I like the direction that the visuals were going in. So 3/24/23, Resident Evil 4. Well, that's pretty exciting. I'm pretty stoked about that. More than I would expect.
Pain. Even for a second. This time.
It's great to see that they are doing. Oh, we're actually gonna get some gameplay.
It has to.
Well, that makes me. Oh, that's just it. That's all we got. And we got a licensed jacket this time. Super cool. Oh, they are also doing VR for it, which makes sense. Well, that's a great start for me. I'm way more excited about that than I thought I'd be. So Sony looks like they're part of Summer Games Fest, which is good.
Now let's get a sneak peek at
so let's see, there's Village is coming to the VR2 as well, which I think is a good idea. So I guess we're going to see a little bit of that. I personally do not care for VR. I will not be participating in the VR shenanigans. But I don't think it's a bad thing. And I've watched people play RE7 in VR, and it looks absolutely terrifying. So I'll be very entertained watching people play it themselves on their various streams and such, but I am not going to participate. I am excited to try out 7 and 8 though, since I haven't had the chance to, as well as 2 Remake and 3 Remake. 3 Remake is unfortunately the least exciting of the 4. It really feels like it was a DLC episode that they turned into a full game. So it looks like they're kind of incorporating some of the stuff they did with RE4 VR for the Oculus into this. It would be nice if we actually saw what DLC they were working on for Village today. Don't know if that's going to happen or not. That'd be a nice little bonus. Alright, I have skipped ahead a lot. I don't care about VR, and there was some Sony stuff. So, instead we're going to watch this adorable cat game that I think looks fantastic. And I'm glad to see it come back. I want to play this game. I'm beyond excited to play this post-apocalyptic cat game. It looks fantastic and colorful, despite being post-apocalyptic. You've got little cat gizmos on your body. You can jump around. Finn's excited. Look at how cute he is. You can hide in boxes. The only downside to this game is that they attack the cat. So, unlike Untitled Goose Game, where there wasn't really any repercussions for you being a goose, there is going to be some sad animal facts going on in this game. But, I'm pretty pumped about this, whatever it's called. Stray, that's right. I think this could be a really good game. It's coming out in July. I will be looking forward to reading reviews on that one.
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray, coming to PS5
Hi, bud.
and PS4 July 19th.
You back?
PlayStation Plus extra members and higher can download Stray.
Alright, we're getting some PlayStation Plus
next month.
dialogue. Boy, that launch in other countries did not turn out well, so I can only hope that Sony is taking notes and doing better. I make no promises because Sony can be really dense when it comes to their retro catalog. So if I am not mistaken, this might be the Calypso. No, I don't know. I'm just gonna be quiet and watch what it is. It looks Dead Spacey, so that's why I was starting to think it was something that it might not be. But yeah, it looks really Dead Spacey.
So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta
And I don't think it's actually Dead Space since it's at a different developer.
life is entirely.
Well, we're getting the M rating for this video. Thanks.
I'm just trying to give you a chance.
Oh, honestly, that's the thing about regular E3 is that, boy, there's a lot of violent games on the Microsoft and Sony pressers. And, you know, at this stage, that was a good jump scare. I'm just increasingly not here for super ultra violent content. I'm actually... Till Nintendo announces their actual Direct, if they have one, which they should. I'd be surprised if they didn't. I'm most excited about the Wholesome Direct and Guerrilla Collective next weekend. Because they kind of branch away from this type of stuff. Oh, it is the Callisto Project, or Protocol. Okay, so this is the Dead Space-like game from the Dead Space guy. No wonder. Good job, Nia, for calling that. It looks great. It looks like a good, proper, Dead Space, what's the word I want? Successor. There we go. We'll have to see how the actual Dead Space remake goes. Anyway, this looks a lot like Sable, but clearly it's not. Because it's about roller derbies and shooting people. It looks great. I like the art style a lot. Like I said, it does remind me of Sable. If it met Tony Hawk and guns. And you're a lady. I don't know if this is a customizable character game or not, but you're even a lady of color. Even better. Need more of those in more mainstream games. Roller Drome. I kind of dig the look of that. I'm not super excited about, again, guns right now, but...
I wonder if things will ever be normal again.
I don't think they will. Normalcy is overrated. Well, anime violence. Suddenly ARM. Captured on PS4. Okay. Is this a Persona game? That would be weird if it was a Persona game. I just see the date over there, and it's got kind of a stylish menu.
The world hasn't ended yet. It's not hopeless.
I won't let anyone else get hurt!
If it's not a Persona game, it is certainly inspired by it.
Ew. I'm going to miss them.
But very drastically different art style, if it is. I would know if the music was playing, but since I don't have music, I don't know. Looked pretty cool. Action RPG of sorts with social dynamics. Eternites. Okay. Who's making that game? Studio Sci. Okay. Well, it's very Persona inspired. Looks cool.
Action games and dating sims collide in Eternites, coming to PS5 and PS4 next year. Let's check back in with Capcom for a new look at an upcoming heavy hitter.
There's been some cool stuff. Nothing's matched RE4 remake yet. I don't think much will. Stray also looks fantastic, so I'm pretty stoked about that. This is a Capcom game. I saw that Metro City. I am not blind. Is this Street Fighter 6? I think it's Street Fighter 6. I saw all those references.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game.
It's good to see them.
This journey doesn't have a real ending.
I really do not care for Luke, though. He looks better in 6 than he did in 5, but I just don't care for him. It's really a bummer that they're kind of putting 6 all the way in his camp. So we definitely have a Metro City vibe going on here. I'm kind of intrigued. Oh, so they're being damned in. Wait. What are they doing? Are you getting to make your own character? Alright, there's Chun Li. She looks great. There's Ryu. He also looks great. Who's this? Someone new? We've got some new characters. I am intrigued by what they're doing with 6. I have to admit it. This is kind of wild.
Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
Oh, I like Chun-Li's new outfit. That's great. This stage is good. This is so much better art than 4 and 5. I am all for this art style now that I've seen it in motion. It looks so much better. Oh my god. Wow, they might have actually convinced me to be into Street Fighter 6 with this trailer. Holy shit. I am stunned. Capcom is walking away with this state of play. It looks great. And the open world wandering around, like, what's going on? Kimberly is the character we briefly saw. So they're bringing in a lot of new blood, which is hype. Okay. And that logo looks better. Okay, you got me there, Capcom, with Street Fighter 6. You did it. I'm interested. Let's see if you can nail the landing at the start. Oh, Tunic is coming. I have heard a lot of people really enjoy Tunic. And like having the game's like big narrative push be filling out a manual that's old school in design, I think is a really brilliant concept. I don't know if it's a game I'm going to be that enthused by. P.S. It's hot, so you probably have had this fan noise in the background. Now the AC turned on. I'm sorry, but I am not turning these off. I will not suffer for my art. So I'll just speak up a little bit. So yeah, that's cool that that's coming to these systems. I've always thought like that it was a neat looking game, and I'm glad it's finally out and people are enjoying it. And I'm not sure if it's a game quite for me, but it's really cool looking. Hey, another person of color. We're doing great on leads with people of color. Yeah, this really picked up once I got out of the VR section. I remember this game. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember it. I was pretty intrigued by it because it seems to be kind of a non-violent open world game where you're kind of like, yeah, you're focusing on exploration and photography, recording stuff. You know, like what most people would do with their lives.
Why does she listen? Hey, do you want to tell her everything? I got to look in her journal.
Yeah, I kind of am digging what I'm seeing here.
Dad was telling her its secrets.
I'm glad that it's actually at Sony's State of Play.
She even figured out
We don't need
what
all
happened
violence
to
all
us
the time anymore.
when the season ends.
This is
it gone?
beautiful.
Is it gone? Not yet.
Absolutely beautiful looking game. So much up my alley. Season A Letter to the Future. Awesome. That's an awesome looking game. Oh look, it's Final Fantasy 16. This is the one thing I suspected would be here because the forum I go to did have the Final Fantasy thread at the top, and it had been rumored for so long that it was going to be at Sony's event. So I'm pretty excited to see what they're doing with this. Yoshi P, I think, is the director here. Really cool guy, has done wonders at Square Enix, and him being handed the reins of 16 made me interested in 16. The earlier trailers looked pretty neat, and let me repeat, I don't like Final Fantasy games. They don't click with me. So me saying I'm interested in a Final Fantasy game that's not 7 Remake is saying a lot. There is a lot of particle effects going on in this trailer.
There's going to be another rule, isn't there?
Cool that they're giving him his own studio name. I am kind of intrigued by the battle system being real time like this. I think it looks fantastic. I do hope that there is a little bit more flexibility with who you can play as. Just being a white dude is not really my cup of tea, so I'm hoping that there's a customer or a character creation system. We're just seeing the default in all of these trailers. That would make me excited. Looks like this game's gonna have an M rating, which I think I knew that from the last trailer, but it's been like 2 years since we've seen anything on 16. Creatures look great. Very Final Fantasy-esque. Battles look really epic. I'm pretty impressed how they're looking. Looks like you might be able to transform into the summons. That would be cool if you could do that.
Every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
Because they're having a field day. All the poor people.
The Empire will live on.
Yeah, these classic summons mean a lot to this game. Yeah, I just wish that it wasn't just that guy being the star. I really would love it if he was customizable. But that's going to be my critique of a lot of games, unfortunately.
And that's a wrap.
And I think
Don't
we're
forget
done.
to visit the PlayStation blog to learn even more about
Alright, well, quick review on the whole. I would say that this was solid. Capcom brought some heat with Street Fighter 6, looking fantastic. Resident Evil 4 Remake, looking fantastic. Final Fantasy 16 looks fantastic. Stray looks fantastic. Tunic coming is great news. That season game looks awesome. I only skipped a couple things that just didn't interest me. That Eternights looks like a cool Persona-like game. The Calypso Protocol, even though it's like more than I want to be seeing at this moment in history in terms of violence. It looks like a good Dead Space successor. So this was good. This was a great start to not E3. So I'm going to get this edited and plop it on the YouTubes, and we'll see you for Limited Run Games LRG3 on Monday. And we have a Fire Emblem 3 Hopes themed Levels Plus Weekly this weekend. So hope you'll tune in for those. Until then, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Take care.